Supreme news in this transfer window, ladies and gentlemen. For the dramatic entry, I'm sorry if you're offended or if you felt that that was cringe, but hear me out for the exclusive awesome transfer news that is definitely come up today. Oh my god, you just don't know how happy I am to just bring this news to you guys. I just don't know, like, whatever, man, whatever. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh my god, what did I do? Okay, so the first news that we have, of course, is there you go. Sports Pete O'Rourke says that on Ramsdale, we all know Arsenal have made these two bids which have been rejected. I fully expect them to come back with another bid, probably not as much as 30 million pounds, probably 25 million pounds, rising to 30 million with add-ons. Arsenal are really keen to do this deal. From what I'm hearing, it's the Arsenal goalkeeping coach who is really pushing this deal. He's put Ramsdale on the top of his list. He wants him in rather than other goalkeeping targets. For that reason, I think this deal will get done. We wanted to run Arsenal. Yeah, I hate myself when I said that. Moving on, so Pete O'Rourke also has a message about James Maddison to Arsenal. He says, it does seem like Arsenal are down to two players for this position for the number 10 role, James Maddison and Martin Odegaard. I spoke to somebody last night close to Maddison, and they're still saying Maddison is the number 1 target for that number 10 role. Other people have been telling me that Brendan Rodgers is coming around to the idea of possibly letting Maddison go if it's the right deal for the club. The reports I'm hearing from people close to Maddison is he would be up for this move to Arsenal. But would you believe Peter O'Rourke? I'd rather believe someone called as AFC Bell. So AFC Bell has come up with an information after so many days. I think if I remember, during the start of July, 10th of July, I guess he had an update about Maddison. He says, an Arsenal appointed broker has begun to test the heart of Leicester City in a round of back channel talks about a possible deal to sign James Maddison. The feeling in the club camp is that Maddison is not an untouchable or unsaleable player, but rather a window of hope if the price is right. AFC Bell also got informed that Arsenal have made their own investigations regarding the player's injury history and records and the suitability of signing him under these circumstances, and still have a serious interest in Maddison, but it is understood that the two clubs are far from being evaluated at the moment. It is understood that one of the reasons for the valuation gap between the two clubs is that Norwich City include a clause in the sale of Maddison to Leicester City that would entitle them to a percentage of the profits of any future sale. Sources close to Norwich did not disclose the exact figure, but the claim that the percentage due is between 10% and 15%. That is how much Leicester would have to pay to Norwich City, of course, if there is a future possible sale of James Maddison. Arsenal is open to negotiating with Leicester City and reaching a compromise regarding the price of the deal to suit all parties. But if Leicester insists on an astronomical amount, the club will turn to other options on its list. As we mentioned in January, Odegaard could be a welcome alternative if Plan A does not work. Senior sources and very close to the negotiating table confirm that the decisive factor in the James Maddison deal is not Arsenal's ability to provide the value of the deal, but the essence of the matter is that the club wants to do more work in this window and will not overspend madly on one deal, and there are other centres that it wants to support. The end is still not written in the James Maddison deal, and it is not dead, but at the same time it is not closed or decided. The club is working behind the scenes silently. Let's see what the club can achieve in the coming weeks, and let's pray for the good news. And that's what AFC Bell have to say. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. So the plan A of Arsenal, according to AFC Bell, is James Maddison and not Martin Odegaard, on the contrary to the other reports that we've seen today and yesterday. Good to see that. Also, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Lautaro Martinez. So Peter O'Rourke again comes up, says that it seems really serious interest from Arsenal in Lautaro Martinez. His price tag is really steep. You're probably talking 77 million pounds. That has not deterred Arsenal so far. They're trying to think of inventive ways to come to an agreement with Inter Milan. Arsenal think the ace up their sleeve to help to do this deal is possibly Hector Bellerin. If Inter Milan are serious about Bellerin, Arsenal are hoping if they offer Bellerin plus cash, there might be a possibility they can do this Lautaro Martinez deal. The only negative to that is if a Champions League club came in for Martinez. It seems Arteta has made Martinez among his top targets. Still a lot to do in this deal, but Arsenal are trying to come up with ways to encourage Inter Milan to do business. Well, already spoken about defense as central. They also say that Mikel Arteta wants Arsenal to sign Martin Odegaard at all costs. They are even willing to offer Odegaard a salary of 7 million euros per season, substantially higher than what he earns currently at Real Madrid. So let's open up about the finishing of the Ben White deal. Sky Sports Shed Dharmesh says that it's reaching the final stages now. That one is very, very close now. Second part of his medical today. We expect an announcement. It should be imminent now. Let's see if it's imminent or not. Well, here's the thing that's done deal. Arsenal youngster Tyrese John-Jules has joined newly promoted championship side Blackpool on a season-long loan. All the best, bruh. All the best. Make us proud. That's all we want. Hector Bellerin's agent is in London meeting with Arsenal technical director Edu as they look to find a solution over the Spaniard's future. Cedric wants to stay and fight for his place at Arsenal, according to Chris Wheatley. But do we believe this? Do we just call up whatever news we have? Because according to Ekrem Konur, Inter Milan have reached an agreement with Hector Bellerin on personal terms. Inter expects Arsenal to accept their loan offer with the option to buy. Will that sustain? Let's see. So it looks like Sassuolo CEO Giovanni Carnevali about Manu Locatelli deal recently said that we are waiting for the right bid for Locatelli. If it does not arrive, he will stay here. We're not going to sell our best players later in August, he told Gazzetta. Cool. That is kind of cool. And Elliot Richardson says, Arsenal's transfer strategy this year is well thought through and ambitious for long haul. Will still take 2 or 3 more windows, but can see a real team coming together. Maddison for me would be fabulous. But even James Benge comes up with, he says that Hector Bellerin's agent is in London for talks with Edu to try to break the impasse between Arsenal and the suitors over a deal. Arsenal want an obligation for a transfer fee at least. Inter and Atletico Madrid, that totally depends upon, subject to Kieran Trippier leaving, would favor an option. Only the 2 clubs that are even thinking to be serious about Hector Bellerin. So we're going to discuss about the heat maps of 4 players playing in similar position. The number 10 role is a more horizontal and half space focused. Some of the more intense and cover more distance, but that does not equally productivity as. Here we go. So this is the heat map of Dani Olmo. If you can see, yeah, not much inside the box, but definitely everything outside the box. Second one is James Maddison. Almost good amount of number inside the box. Yeah. Third one is Martin Odegaard, 2019-2020 complete season that he played. More towards the right, if you can see. Very less towards the left, but still from the right hand side also inside the box, but from left hand side there's nothing. And you can see only one man who's literally everywhere. This guy is Bruno Fernandes last season. Okay. So if you can see more intense everywhere, that's so number 10 role. As of now, if you ask me, Dani Olmo is really good and James Maddison is much better compared to the areas that he's actually covering. So that is what we need to talk about. So ESPN report, Serginho Dest has turned down approaches from Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund and Arsenal because he wants to stay at Barcelona. But he gives an F. Moving on, so Bruno Guimaraes, according to another source, and this is the second source, Raisa Simplicio, Simplicio says that Arsenal have already held some conversation with Lyon over Bruno Guimaraes and is evaluating the possibility of making an official offer for the midfielder. Well, yes, they have been monitoring Bruno Guimaraes. The English club have already made some consultations with Lyon and is evaluating making an offer for the midfielder. That is according to goal.com as well. So that is the beauty of the transfer window. This is what I talk about the transfer window, man. Every day, 10 news. All the fans are excited and they want to see the videos. Apart from the fact that it gets boring along the line, isn't it? Well, I'm just done with this. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Consider subscribing.